Hello, welcome to this episode of the Classic Urban Podcast. My name's George Georgopoulos.
Nobody cares.
Fuck you and your shitty
I'm your mother's
pirate
favorite
swag.
side hoe. What's happening, cuz?
Resident streamer
What's
Indian
poppin'?
Gripos is over here.
You said that, and it made me immediately think, you're going to be at my wedding.
Yeah.
My cousin's going to be at my wedding.
What's wrong with your cousin?
He's like a younger, weirder version of you.
That's possible? Other than the younger part?
He was talking to my grandpa. My grandpa's like, hey, what have you been up to? And he's like, oh, just moving packs for El Chapo. My grandpa's like, what? He's like, yeah, just moving some of them packs. And he kept going for like 15 minutes, and my grandpa just never figured it out.
Wow, that's fucked. Shout out to Phil's cousin. And also with us, we have
It's your boy, Baby Ice Cube.
We got the whole fucking house, guys.
No lie, I feel like such a guest right now, bro, because I'm just like off to the side, and y'all just started without even giving me an introduction yet. I was like, man, fuck out of here.
You gotta get in where you fit in, baby.
I was like, all right, whatever, guys. I see I've been kicked out. That's cool.
Nope. Work happens.
Yeah. But we all got back together.
Yeah.
Fear not, all 5 subscribers.
Yeah.
What?
We're up to
We're at 38. Hi, Stavro.
Yo, turn up!
Really?
Woo!
Woo! Subscribe to our Patreon too. Give us your money.
That's why I got a limousine outside, a mile long, with 25 women in it, just dying for me to go, woo! Because I'm the world champion.
We still have to put that link on the description, though.
Yeah, but we have a Patreon.
Hey, for $1, you can have access to all of our private snaps if you don't already.
I don't have a private snap.
No, I mean like our everyday snap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's just that, we post still
Dumb shit.
SFW shit on our snaps.
The problem with that
Morty.
Phil, is some of us would have to actually start putting snaps onto their Snapchat.
Are you implying that I don't post on my Snapchat
I'm
because I
implying,
don't?
I'm implying that
I think
do
I'm
not
the
either.
only one who posts as much as I do.
I only post
Yeah.
when
George
I go out.
posts regularly, kind of.
I post random stuff once a week.
I only post when I
Low-key.
go out drinking.
I'm the only one who's consistent on Snapchat.
Low key, I want to start.
And Instagram.
I want all of us to start doing the kind of shit Cody does. Not like ranting like him, but just like posting random shit of just our random thoughts throughout the day.
See, my problem is like the shop I work at is I have so much random shit go down, but it's always like, oh my god, and then I'm like, fuck, Snapchat.
I think it's also because no matter what I'm doing, if I'm just going to the grocery store, the strangest shit always seems to happen to me.
CVS.
No matter what. The fucking weirdo at CVS. Like, no matter what, wherever I go, there's always just some real off-the-wall shit going on. And I can never figure out why.
That made me think of, just today, I went to Aldi's for the first time. I guess I have one right next door to my fucking house. And I
Aldi's
was
is
like,
pretty great, yeah.
Oh, this is really cool. And I saw they have these shopping carts. And you
Everything-
have to put a quarter in there
Yeah.
to get them. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know that.
But you get the quarter out.
Well, I don't have a quarter on me. I just have like either my card or a fuck ton of cash because I went to homecoming this past weekend. So there was this dude who was like walking back to put his card up. I'm like, oh wow, I don't have a
Yeah,
quarter.
you don't ever ask an Aldi shopper for their quarter.
He looked at me.
Yeah.
It was like this old white dude. And he's like, nigger. He just took his quarter and walked briskly away. And I was like, I'm just getting milk and some ham. I'll just carry it to the cashier.
Yeah.
Here you go.
That happened to me and my mom when we were younger.
I don't know
Someone
why,
called
but-
you the N-word?
No,
No.
he looked at me. Oh,
No, but the dude definitely looked at me and my mom like we were just fucking scum. My mom was like, yo, because my mom had a bunch of change on her, but not a quarter. And she was like, hey, and he just looked at us, put his cart back in line, pulled his fucking quarter out, and just kept walking.
I don't
and
know
me and my
why-
mom were like, the fuck?
I don't know why that rubbed me the wrong way so badly, but
It's
it
'cause it's
really
a quarter, that's
right,
why.
That's the thing. I'm
It's just
like,
because the store is so cheap.
yeah, it was like
And
dirt
it's
cheap.
and the Aldi you went to is in fucking Carmel.
Yeah, $1.
Why are you butthurt about a quarter, cuz?
right?
My brother bought a dash cam there.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had that.
No, he just found one. I don't know how. He just happened to find one.
So your
I
brother
think he-
stole a dash cam.
Yeah, I think.
No, they were on display at like the end of an aisle.
Can you turn my headset down?
Well, and they do have stuff like cleaning supplies and
I
stuff.
want to say mine's probably the highest one. Yeah. Okay, now I can't hear it at all.
But yeah,
Oh my fuck. A little bit. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
but
I
yeah,
felt like everyone was yelling at me.
Nah, you good, babe.
They were.
Yeah,
Quick thing.
we were so upset.
Oh,
with you.
but shout out to Aldi because they had one of my
It's-
favorite snacks as a kid.
oh,
Potato sticks.
What the fuck are those?
I've actually, those are pretty good.
Dog.
Yeah.
They're like chips, but in
they're
stick
fried.
form.
That
Yeah.
shit is so fire.
Yeah, and
when I
Aldi's
worked,
has them for dog shit cheap.
when I worked at O'Malley's and I would go on break, I would buy potato sticks all the fucking
Dude,
time
'cause they're so good.
plain.
Potato sticks is what introduced me to ketchup because I used to not really like be a huge fan of ketchup, but for some reason potato sticks just go just right with ketchup.
Subscribe
Like-
to our Patreon. Our 100th subscriber will get a bag of potato sticks.
It's a can. They come in a can.
Even better. Even better. You're gonna get the whole
Did
damn
you have to
can.
peel it back like a thing of sardines?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, really?
It's so great.
Okay.
You never had potato sticks?
No, man.
Are me and Brandon the only one who's had potato sticks?
I think so.
Yeah.
Phil, have you
I
ever?
might have had them once.
Is that
I
in the-
just
Dude,
Do you think that's a Midwest
not like
thing?
you would know because for some reason they're better than chips. Don't know why.
see what I'm
Is that
saying.
like a
I might
Midwest
have. It
thing?
was probably when I was
That
like
might explain
less
why
than
I
5
haven't
years
heard
old.
of them.
You said is it like a what thing?
Midwest.
No. I don't. I mean, I wouldn't know.
I mean,
I've
yeah, I
only
wouldn't
ever
know.
seen them at Aldi's, to be honest.
Well, I've only ever seen them in Marsh, which is a mainly Midwestern. It was an only Midwestern company.
And now they're out of
Yeah.
business.
But I've like every time we go to like Florida and then go to a Publix, I've never been able to find them.
Yeah, that might
what did,
explain why I
wait,
hadn't
you were
heard
in
of them.
Texas, right?
California, and
What's the supermarket in California? Isn't it Publix still?
I think it's like GMC. No, that's the fucking car brand. HEB.
I feel like Publix,
it's
Publix
it's in
and
a
Kroger
minute.
are the same company.
Safeway is a big one in Cali.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know in California, they only have Walmart.
that's not true.
What do you mean only Walmart?
They have Target.
Yeah, they have
No,
Target
no,
and
like
shit.
when it comes to grocery stores,
Oh no, that's also.
they have like the Walmart neighborhood market.
They
When we
do
go to
have
Myrtle
Walmart grocery
Beach,
stores.
there's 5 of them
Yo,
within like a
you know
mile.
what's funny about the neighborhood markets is that they're really good ideas, except in Indianapolis, they're only in the hood.
Yeah.
Like, when I stayed on the house on Michigan, Walmart, the regular Walmart, I avoided like the fucking plague because it's the most horrendous fucking Walmart I've ever been in my life. No matter what time you went in, no matter what day it was, Morty. Morty. It was always packed, and it was always filled with degenerate ass kids running around while their parents are walking around in their fucking too tight ass pajama pants, and their fat is just seeping over the fucking jawstrings.
That's the worst.
And I'm just
That's
I mean,
not
like,
okay.
me and Nevin went there to get a poster frame, and we were in the poster frame section, and we went to grab one, and on the fucking shelf is just like spilt drinks, and there's these little kids running down and up and down the aisle, and we're looking at each other. We're like, even though this poster frame is cheap, we don't even want to buy it. We're getting the fuck out of here. And we went to Target, and it was a much more pleasant experience.
If there's one thing
I've
that
actually
irritates me,
been
it's
to that.
poorly behaved children.
The Walmart on Michigan, it's
I've
horrible.
been there multiple times.
It's horrible.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because we were all going to get together at Katie's old apartment at the 1201.
Mhm.
And we were supposed to bring our controllers.
Oh,
And enjoy.
So this is one of the few mistakes that has a price tag on it.
What?
This shit was funny.
I bought a wired controller from that Walmart.
I made a $60 mistake.
Yeah, did you stand in line for 80 fucking minutes while children ran around you screaming, ring around your mama?
We were pretty much in and out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We were on a mission.
What time did you go? Was it an obscure time?
It was fairly late because we went to all the neighborhood markets because when you Google Walmart, they all pop up
Yeah.
and they don't specify.
Oh.
Yeah, so here's what happened.
And that neighborhood market, the one on Michigan, it's cool. It's usually pretty quiet
Yeah, it looked
and like there's
nice.
not a lot of people. They never have dick. For some reason, every time I ever been in there, all the shelves look like it's the apocalypse.
Maybe it is the rapture.
Because if
What was
there's
that
less
thing that
stuff that they
happened?
stock, there's less stuff that could be stolen.
What was that thing that happened? Like, it was a while back, like probably the back end of high school, where like people were legitimately raiding like stores and malls and shit.
Yeah, because of the snowpocalypse.
Was that what it was?
Yeah.
When we had like 5 days off of school because the snow wouldn't let up.
I just remember it was like in
And
the
it was
news that
sub-zero
people were, like,
degrees.
breaking into like stores, like throwing like fucking chairs through windows.
Because
and
everyone's all
stealing-
scared because people are fucking morons.
Bro, that was the best week of my life.
It was pretty cool. Me and Angelo just stayed inside all day playing video games. We'd
Yeah.
boil water and throw it out the window just to see it go steam.
Yeah. I think it was me on Xbox Live. It was just chilly all day. Love it.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
When you go into the Kroger and Carmel and there's no bread.
Yeah. Like, because for some reason everyone thinks they're just gonna be stuck inside for months.
And
I'm
all
like-
they do is buy bread.
Bread and milk.
Yeah.
All the milk and bread are gone, and it's like, do y'all not realize this shit's? If you not notice this,
Bread goes bad so fast though.
In about
Yeah.
2 weeks.
But why would that be the
A little
like
bit more.
Not if you know how to store it.
potato sticks and canned bread are a thing, people?
you never,
Okay.
you weren't,
I-
you never lived in the hood, did you? Keep that shit in the freezer, bro.
I was a military. Oh, we
See,
did
I don't do
put.
that.
We did keep our extra jugs of milk in the freezer though. Like,
Oh, what?
I had like how many siblings?
See, the problem
one
is
jug
when
of
you-
milk would not do it. We'd have like the one that we were using, and then we'd have other jugs in the freezer.
See, the problem with
we
that
would do that
is then it's
because
watery.
food stamps.
Milk gets watery. Trust me, I know. I love milk.
Yeah. True fact.
His eyes
need
really
some
narrowed when he
milk.
said that.
You know who put me onto something that sounds like it shouldn't work, but it does.
Milk with ice.
Yeah,
you listen to
Israel.
Izzy.
Oh,
Yes.
actually-
God.
Yes.
I live with
Yes.
that, and I was like, "How could you heathen?" Like,
All right, that's what I said. I was like, "Dog, what the fuck are you talking about? You don't put ice in milk." And he's like, "Nah, you just gotta drink it fast."
Because you were around back on Hazel Foster when he had his like fucking chalice and he'd drink fucking milk with ice out of that bitch. I'm like, this is my brother, guys.
Yeah, he put me onto that, and I tried it one time, and it changed my fucking life.
It makes sense because it keeps it cold, but I just
You just have to drink it fast, because if you don't, you get watery milk, and that's just not okay.
Do you know what I found out recently that's kind of upsetting?
Hmm.
Zach Hamilton.
shout out to Izzy by the way.
Warms his milk before he adds his cereal.
I mean,
I've done that.
Cereal is basically soup.
I've done that.
Some people like their soup warm.
I don't know how to feel about that.
It depends on the cereal, I'd say. If
Bleep
you
out
haven't
his
like,
name when we release this. So.
I
Okay,
have
I
no
can do that.
words for George right now.
I feel like if you
You're
like,
a fucking monster.
You're
What'd
an
he say?
heathen. You're
What'd he do?
disgusting.
Well,
I fucking hate you.
because when I was small, the cornflakes would hurt the roof of my mouth, so I wanted them to get soft, and I was like, pour
That's why
some
you-
more milk on that bitch, and it worked.
So
I could
what you're telling me is you were too much of a bitch to eat cereal like the rest of us.
Yes, I was a bitch when I was 5, Cody.
Yeah.
I
When
was
I
a-
was 5, I was eating Captain Crunch and going, "Damn, my mouth's bleeding. I'm gonna eat some fucking more because Captain Crunch is the shit, cuz."
I was eating mini wheats.
When I was
Frosted
5,
Mini Wheats.
Frosted Mini Wheats were pretty.
when I was when I was
I was eating them
5,
without milk.
I had
Because
a
Frosted Mini
bar
Wheats
in my
was fucking
arm and was still
canned
stunting on
candy.
these hoes, and you couldn't eat no cornflakes.
You could eat cornflakes. The bar in your arm did nothing. You could still eat. It wasn't like you had your stomach stapled as a child. Your appendage. Shut up! Shut up!
He couldn't reach the
Hey,
spoon
we got a
to his
problem,
mouth.
cuz. We got a problem. Yeah, you gotta stump your arm. Don't bring cereal into this conversation, goddammit. All right. Anyway, how's everybody's weeks?
Pretty good. I want to bring up one thing. Actually, no, never mind.
No need.
George, hand me my bag. It's on your seat. How's everybody's weeks, Phil?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Do you know how many lights I replaced today?
Dog. What?
On one car, I replaced every light on the front end.
Oh my god, did they
It
totally
wasn't an electrical problem.
eat shit?
No.
No,
Like a really.
they
nasty,
all went out.
No, they were all working.
just a really nasty hit.
I got a free like $250 worth of LED bulbs.
Wow.
Was it like some?
Certified pre-owned. Everything has to go back to stock.
Oh shit.
The dude had all LEDs in the front ends, like kits, like really nice headlight kits, fog lights, high beams,
Hey,
everything.
You got any? Oh, okay, never mind.
I already looked them up. I was trying to find a car that I knew that they would fit.
They
And
don't- they
Katie's fog lights will now be LED.
They won't fit mine.
Congrats, Katie.
They were all like newer style because it was off of a 2015 Outlander.
That's shitty. Oh well, I've been trying to find LED headlights just because I can't commit to the style of headlight that I want. I can't decide between halos or smileys. So I was just going to get LED bulbs for the time being because I can't see dog shit at night. Because old headlights,
You drive a rolling box.
yeah, basically, yeah. Everyone in the 90s, they were like, you don't need to see. Yeah. Did you have that problem with the
Bro,
Mercedes too?
oh my god! There was one time I took my car
Was
to
it
Phil.
extra scary when it was raining
Oh,
and
yeah,
dark
yeah,
out?
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
I took my car to Phil one time when I needed it fixed, and it was at what was your old shop called?
Esslers.
Esslers, yeah. And he looked at my lights. He's like, "Brandon, why the fuck are your lights pointed at the ground?" And I'm like, I don't know. And when he flipped them up a little bit, I was like, this is the greatest
I
experience.
can see
Well, no.
clearly now.
The only one that's pointed down is my driver's side, and that's because it's like a consideration thing for like other drivers. Because if they're both pointed straight, it's gonna blind. So like your driver's side's pointed like down a little bit.
See, I just
But
thought
mine are just dim.
because it was the '90s, they expected you to be on coke and you could just see everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Caleb? Morty?
As far as the car thing, because I've never.
How was your week?
My
You
week was
fuck.
awesome.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Anyway, moving forward. George,
Yeah, nothing really happened. I went to class.
back
but
to you, Caleb.
okay, so this past weekend was homecoming in Indiana State, and we went on the fucking walk.
Did
bar
you just
crawl.
do that just to
I
set
saw-
me up? You
I
fuck?
set both of you up. Fuck both of you.
Yeah.
of shit.
You went to see both of them.
Woo!
Despair. Saw Izzy this weekend. Lovely Paradise.
Yeah, yeah, it must be nice. And then he stopped and you guys were hanging out and he didn't
Fucking-
stop to see
Man, he
us.
just doesn't like you anymore.
I'm the only one who's gone to visit him, so I got a leg up on all y'all.
Facts.
And you're his brother.
Facts.
Do I look like I can just drop everything, and go to Chicago when I drop?
You get every weekend off, yeah. I work 2 jobs.
Facts.
That's money though, and I don't want to be a burden. Just like showing up at
Money?
Izzy's day.
What is he talking about? Money.
Gas.
Gas.
You drive a 2018. You probably get like 26 to the gallon. I drove a Buick, a boat.
But it's a nice one.
I mean, it was nice, yeah.
Yeah,
It was real
it
nice,
looks really
comfy.
nice.
But it's a fucking couch in a boat that just so happens to be on wheels. It got dick for gas mileage. Literal dick.
Izzy has his.
It
things
ran
set
off
up.
dicks. There's not enough dicks in the world to fuel that thing.
It's got you.
Yes. that was yeah, that was
I
good
got
shit.
you.
That was good
I
shit.
got you, bro.
You know how much it was taking me to fill up the gas tank on the Tahoe freshman year?
Oh, no. Well, wait, freshman
Oh,
year
the
gas was
tank?
pretty cheap.
Oh no.
It was still $80.
When we were freshmen, it was like
Are you talking
$1.80.
Are you talking about your War Machine thing that you were
It
driving
was
around
like
in?
right around 2. Yeah, it was right around 2.
Are you sure? Because I remember when I first started driving, I was like, "This is great." A couple years later, I was like, "I don't want to leave the house."
Because then I got the Civic and it was costing me like $15 to fill up, and now it costs me $30.
yeah.
How much did that like one tank that you drove around for a while cost to fill up?
What? It probably had like a 20-gallon tank, didn't it? The Tahoe.
24.
Jesus fuck.
The fucking Beamer has, what'd we find out? Like 22 gallons or something like that?
What?
Yeah, because we filled it all the way up when he went with me to go buy it first, and it just kept going. And Phil's like, yeah, it'll probably stop right around 18 gallons because it's still got some in it. No, it just kept fucking going.
And this is to fill further beyond plus ultra.
I was scared. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
My car's the same way, bro. Like, first time I filled it up,
the
I was,
Hyundai?
yeah, I was like, it's probably gonna stop at like,
You usually have like a 12-gallon tank.
no, it's bigger than that, bro.
No way.
Yes.
It can't be any bigger than 16. Because I remember the Grand Am had like 17 or 18.
Bro, it gets up there.
It is starting to get cold. Fill your tanks at 50%.
What?
Like once
Oh,
you hit
instead
a
of
half
going all
tank,
the way
fill
to-
it back up.
Oh, why?
I don't fill mine past half because I have a broken fuel strap.
Okay, well, you need to start filling it more frequently because when it's cold, it puts more strain on the fuel pump. You have a low tank, it puts even more stress on the fuel pump.
Yeah, and my tank just so happens to be leaning, so my fuel pump's already drying. It's very hardest. Sometimes, like, I'm imagining it's because the tank is hanging, but sometimes when I go to start it, it'll take a second.
It's also because it's a 90.
And then once I stop, I'm like, all right. And then I turn it, it starts right up. And I'm like, yeah.
So I'm starting to worry about that because my car has 250,000 miles on it. So,
Yikes.
and I have no idea if it's been done.
What?
The fuel pump.
Oh.
Luckily on Hondas, you can get to it from the back seat. So
I don't know where my fuel pump is.
it sits on the gas tank in the trunk. You probably have to take the tank down.
So I need to buy 2 fuel tank straps because I read on a forum if you're going to replace the fuel tank, you got to replace the straps. And I was like, fucking why?
You don't have to. It's a good idea.
Yeah, that's
It's one of those things
it's
you wanna
actually the
replace
wording they
all
used.
at the same time.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Makes sense.
Also, when I tried, dude, there's so many firewalls around my fucking gas tank. I didn't put one back on
I guess
because I don't fucking care.
It's on the back of the car. As long as it's not the engine, you're fine.
Yeah, I was like, and the nuts were the bolts were so old it looked like they were welded on there. And I called my supervisor. I was like, "Can I take these off? They look welded." And he's like, "Nah, your car's just a million years old." Like, you know what? Fuck you, man. Shout out Jonas. He's a real MVP. Every time he says he's not gonna fucking, or he's like, nah, I don't want to fuck with your car.
He fucks with your
He
car.
ends up like moseying on over while I'm working on it.
Aw, he's like
That's what I do
He's
too.
he's actually a nice guy. He's insanely nice guy, but like,
He's just a dick about it.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
he's a tsundere mechanic.
I'd be like,
it's not like
Jonas-
I want to fix your car, you baka.
I remember when I was doing the field take strap, I was like, Jonas, can you come look at this? He goes, what you want, girl? And I was like, yo, I just want help. And he's like, nah, I'm busy. And I was like, oh, God damn it, man. So I'm over there like dicking around with shit, and then he's like, he kind of like meanders on over. He's like, man, you got to take this off first. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, thanks, man. Like when I was fucking trying to put those hoses on, I'm over there just like about to shoot myself because I fixed all the parts, and I'm like, fuck, like, you know, I don't know what to do. He comes moseying on over, chuckles to himself, shoves the throttle cable back in, and it starts up and runs fine. I was like, yo, man, you could have been over here. You know what I'm saying? Comes at last minute, but it always counts.
It's like me when the new kid's working. I'm just like,
You mean the new kid that goes down the line of asking people what to do? How did he become a tech? The deep sigh. The deep
so
sigh.
basically in the automotive industry, the only way to move up is to move out. Change shops. So pretty sure he was a lube tech, just an oil changer at his last job.
So he's just in the
So-
first tier, right?
Basically how it works is most people start out as an oil changer, and then they're like, hey, I think I know enough. They go to another shop and they apply as a tech. And then at that point, that's literally like the defining point is it's you either sink or you swim.
Yeah.
And it happens fast.
So he probably
They've already determined he sank.
So he probably didn't spend enough time as a lube tech.
No, he spent 2 years. He's just an idiot.
Oh.
We're actually pretty sure he is on the spectrum. He has a kid on the way.
I had a kid. I had a
So we're
customer
pretty
come in
sure
on the spectrum.
she's on the spectrum as well.
Congratulations, they can like be on the spectrum together.
Chevy.
He drives from Lafayette to get to work.
It's like
An hour.
Yeah. Wow. Chevy doesn't want to move up yet because he already completed school. He got his certification, but we're really slow right now, and he's hourly currently as a GST, and so he's like, and so he works like insane amounts of hours, like gets a lot of overtime, and then our what do you call it, service manager was like, hey, you know, you want to be a tech B, and he was like, I'll hold off for now, because we're really slow. When you get tech B, you're flat rate, and if you're not doing work, you're not getting paid.
Yeah.
If he stays hourly, he's chilling.
I'm an A-Tech.
Oh, you are? Well, I mean, how many certifications are you away from master? 2?
No, that's not how we do it in the real world.
What?
Is it like a time gate thing?
The way he said that was so just like
I
he
thought
was
it
just like looking at you like you
certifications
shit.
is
Like,
what.
Okay, so how it actually works. So certifications are great, but it's really easy to get certifications.
Yeah.
When you're actually talking to real technicians, there's a difference between a lube tech, an A tech, a B tech, and a C tech. It's not an actual classification. It's just how well you actually know your shit. Like
okay.
somebody can tell based on how you're working. Like
That's
kind
kind
of
of what I
tech you are.
figured, but I also
Like,
learned that like if you don't have certain certifications, you can't be like master tech at the shop, right?
So technically, I do need my ASCs to get the master certification for Mazda and Mitsubishi, but like you don't have to have the certifications to like be a senior.
I mean,
tech.
in all reality, you're pretty much a master tech, cause Phil's cartistic,
Cartistic. That's a great word.
autistic, but with cars.
Oh, that was artistic, but with car.
No, autistic. Yeah. Oh, you have that noise? It's the thing connected to the thing. Oh, well, why didn't I think of that? Well, because you're not retarded.
And then he proved it with that smile just then.
Pretty much. Okay, there's one other guy at the shop who's more cartistic than I am, and it's oh my god, it's so annoying.
Oh, because he always tries to like shit on you for it. Like, oh no, Phil, you gotta put that there.
Well, no, we were talking about the what was it? The AMC Javelin from back in the day, a car nobody's ever heard of. But it
Didn't
was
they
a, it was a
didn't
brand,
AMC make another car?
Yeah,
It was like, didn't they make like a weird 2-door?
yeah.
It started with a T, didn't it?
I don't remember,
I'm
but
pretty sure it was called the Triumph.
yeah. But we were talking about like AMC, and we're like, when, like even the older guys are like, fuck, I don't remember those. I'm like, we could probably ask Ben. He probably knows everything about them. Just because he's one of those guys who has such a big ego. If you're not doing it his way, you're wrong.
He's type A. That's what it's called.
Yeah, he's just
Well,
it gets really
A stands for
fucking.
asshole.
A lot of people in technical professions are like
It
that.
gets really aggravating. Because if you don't follow the workshop manual to the T and you don't do it the right way, you're wrong. Which is funny because he would never make it at a shop like Essler's, where you just make shit work. Like, oh, fuck, I misdiagnosed this car. Better fix it
The
quick
Matador.
and cheap.
That's what I was thinking.
Matador.
Of. Yeah, this fucking crazy looking thing. It was actually a big piece of shit. That's why you don't know what an AMC is anymore. You ever heard of Daewoo? They make microwaves now. I found out after a year of living at that house, we had a Daewoo microwave. I never even paid attention to the logo on it, and I was like, wait a goddamn minute, this is a
So-
car microwave.
I've been working on cars for 3 years. Guess how many Daewoo's I've seen?
How many?
3.
No, you haven't.
Yes.
How many? Wait, you've been
I've
working on
worked-
cars longer
I've-
than that. What are you fucking talking about?
Okay.
You were at Essler's for at
3 and a
least
half,
3.
3.5. No, I was at Essler's for 2.5. 2 years. So I'm coming
Are
up
you
on
sure?
4 years of being in the industry.
And you worked on 3 Daewoos? How hard were the parts to find?
Oh, we didn't. We sent them to the junkyard. They needed motors. Every single one that came in was I was driving down the road. It went clunk clunk and then stopped running. So first thing I do is I walk up, I pop the hood, and I'm like looking around with my flashlight. I'm like, yep, there's a hole in the block.
Oh shit. What so Daewoo, they didn't have their own engines, did they?
Daewoo actually was the predecessor to Kia.
Really?
So pretty much Daewoo kind of morphed into Kia. That's why Kia is K for quality.
What is that?
I did not know that. So they're Korean.
Oh,
Okay. Hey, I'm gonna need y'all to not right now.
Hey, Brian, you want to talk about something important?
I got you.
I mean, I was gonna wait till everyone else discussed their week, but then they went on
Yeah.
a car rant, and I was like, "Oh, that's fine."
Oh yeah, we do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Cars.
I wasn't gonna stop you. You know, you guys doing what you do.
Cartism.
Cartism.
George, I'm stealing the
Yeah,
microphone
I
from you for a
was-
minute.
How was your week, Brandon?
Overall week was, all right, but weekend was a little sketch.
The weekends are fun.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on, George.
He went to Lynchburg.
Stop.
That's an actual town.
That is a town.
Lynchburg.
But that's not where he went.
So
good burgers.
I'm gonna start this off.
Yeah, they're made for black people.
Oh,
Wow.
they're probably delicious.
Are you two done? Okay.
Proceed.
So this is gonna be like super
Hey,
vulnerable.
George, if you're gonna whisper, don't lean into the fucking mic. What the fuck is wrong with you?
It's free real estate.
Wait, you guys are on farmersonly.com too?
Oh yeah.
Christ.
I saw your profile.
I'm more of a
Uh,
Christian Mingles guy.
Yeah, me,
Could you
me
two
too.
stop fucking whispering
My
for real?
username is Isaiah6969.
All right.
You ain't shit. You know that. Oh jeez.
So
God, you
how's
trash.
your thing?
Thou shalt cometh.
Mm.
That's the passage from Isaiah 69:69.
Yeah.
Is it? No.
Oh.
Can we blank that out? Can we scratch?
No, we're gonna make it extra loud.
He really thought.
Anyway, Brandon, how?
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't been to church in a minute, guys.
So this is gonna be really vulnerable, like Brandon, for a minute. I don't usually do this shit because I don't work off my emotions because I'm an emotionless piece of shit. But that's whatever.
Accurate.
Bear yourself to us.
So me and Caleb, obviously the two black people in the room, right?
True change.
So Caleb will understand this feeling, but Cody might a little bit just because of the way Cody's life works.
The way I fucking look.
He
That-
looks
yeah.
different.
But
They
it's
look
still-
at me
but
like
that's-
he's not a white
But that's
guy.
still sort of different.
He's
Well, he
white,
must
but
be
not
one
white.
of them
white.
albinos.
But like me and Caleb understand the feeling of walking into a room.
I had a customer assume that I was Latino and started speaking Spanish to me. And I had to tell him to slow the fuck down.
That's amazing.
It hurt
Homie.
a little bit.
That's amazing.
Because I'm like, dog, I'm pale.
Oh.
I told you guys that people think I'm Mexican on job sites, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you get a little color, it makes sense.
Yeah.
The
People,
portly
if
body.
you're,
yeah.
if you're out there listening, stop asking me to talk to the drywallers. Goddamn.
Oh my god.
It happens A lot.
That's racist,
They're some of
bro.
the best drywallers out there, though.
Well, he's an electrician, so I mean, he's gonna work with them.
That's true.
So that's tragic, bro. I'm so sorry.
Anyway,
But me and Caleb will always understand that feeling of walking into a room and just knowing you're never going to be accepted, right? Like, there's certain rooms you can't walk into when you're with your family and your friends, yeah, whatever. But, like, if you just go to a foreign place, there's always that in the back of your head thinking, like, I know someone in this room hates
How
me.
many sets of eyes are on me?
Exactly.
Right now?
And so, and nobody will, like, you guys won't understand that unless, George, you end up marrying someone and having brown babies with them. Cody's obviously going to have brown babies because he
Hell
thinks
yeah.
white men are the devils. Phil, you're kind of
Facts.
fucked because you're never going to have brown babies, but that's fine.
That would be
adopt a
really
Kenyan.
weird if.
I mean, you could, but I feel like Katie wants to have her own kids because Katie wants to be
You
a
can.
mom.
Angelina Jolie's got them all
Not
in
that you can't be a
layaway.
mom if you adopt a kid, but she wants to have, like, her own kid.
yeah.
But, like, I've never had to face, like, growing up in central Indiana, we have to face it every day, but, like, it's, like, small shit, you know, like, the kind of racism where it's like, oh, you guys talk really well. You're really articulate. You're smart. You know,
You talk so well.
like, in,
That's what
Yeah,
I.
how was I
like,
supposed to talk?
occasionally,
You people have come a really long way.
I've never gotten.
You have
something
such
that
a
blatant.
good attitude.
I've never got something that blatant.
occasionally you'll get the person who's just straight up like, you're a nigger. Like, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's not escaping it. And, like, I'm cool with dealing with it. Caleb takes it pretty well. Israel takes it
Well, I'd just like to go on the record for saying I grew up in Air Force bases all
Yeah.
over the world, so color was never a thing for me.
Yeah.
Which is why when I got out of the whole Air Force lifestyle, I saw like, oh hey, they're racist people.
Yeah.
Whatever, I'm better than them.
But
Not saying that I'm better than anybody or
You are, it's
anybody's.
fine.
I am.
But that's like, I've always felt like within anybody who's of African American descent, and I've said this before on the podcast, that there's something within us that makes us strong enough to deal with this, strong enough to make it through everything we did too. And
Thick
personally,
skin.
I think it makes us better. Not in a better sense like we're the more dominant race, but just as in like,
We have thick skin. We
Yeah.
don't get butt hurt.
yeah,
Like
it's something that just makes me proud to be like a black person, right?
there's not a thing like, hey, stop it with the black guilt.
Yeah.
But there people who are like, oh hey, cut out with the white
said
guilt.
that before.
Really?
Yeah. Stop bringing up slavery.
Well, those
happened
people
so
are
long ago.
those people are stupid.
I know, but I'm saying that's still a thing.
Okay.
Like black people say stop bringing up slavery.
Anyway,
Slavery was a choice, Cody.
Robbie Cater's a woman and voted for Trump.
I'm saying all this to say, for the first time
I
In
have
my-
no words.
in my young
I
life,
just feel bad.
I've had to essentially walk into a place that is a known place black people in Indiana never step foot in. Like, you probably don't know this because you're not originally from Indiana, but the 2 towns black people never, or 3 towns they never go in.
There's a lot. If just don't
Yeah.
go outside central Indianapolis.
Yeah, but I mean, there's some places that are just like no, like never. 3 of them are Auburn, Indiana, which is up north. Richmond, Indiana, which is in the east, and Martinsville is just a shithole, so no one goes to Martinsville anyway. But don't go to Martinsville.
I used to have to deliver tire there.
Is Martinsville just a shithole, or is
Yeah,
it like a
it's-
bunch of really?
There was
It's
a
both.
tire shop I used to deliver to, and I just ran into one of the most disgusting people I've ever met in my fucking life. For starters, the entire shop was gross, which in a shop area makes sense, cars and such.
Yeah.
But even in the waiting room, it was disgusting.
Yeah, Martinsville's not a fun place.
And the dude asked me to say hi to like one of the saleswomen, and he's like, "Tell her I say hello." And I was like, "Okay, for sure." And he's like, "She got a big, nice rack on her." And I was just like, "Yeah, yeah." And he's like, "Yep, I'd love to give her a." And he just kept going on and on, and he's just telling me this. I'm just there to drop off a tire, and the reason I had to stand there and take all that
Was he the one paying you?
is because I had to wait for his signature. I couldn't leave without it.
Yeah,
He just kept talking. Martinsville, disgusting.
Martinsville's a shithole. But I had the joy of going to Liberty, Indiana, which is 20 minutes away from Richmond, right?
Sounds like a free place. You said Liberty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good joke. I had to go because I love my girlfriend and I support her and everything she does, yada, yada, yada.
Shit. Man of the year next to Phil.
Man of the year.
But I texted you guys and asked you guys what you thought because I've never been, like, that scared of going somewhere, like, ever in my life.
You've been to Alabama.
Yeah, but Alabama is, like,
It's 50-50.
yeah, there's racist people in Alabama, but, like, there's also a huge black community in Alabama that they also realize they lost the war. Like, these people are here to stay, right? And there's like, I go to where my family is, where we are a town of renters, you know,
Okay,
or we go to Tuscaloosa, where it's just a college town,
Oh, okay.
and
okay.
90% of the team is black, and they love their niggers there. It's just is what it is. But
It's basically a Mandingo community.
bro,
College football is just nothing but Mandingo.
factual.
Mandingo in the sense of black people fighting, not penises.
Yeah. Yeah. I forget who said it, but
Football in general,
yeah.
basketball.
yeah, Ralphie May said, "Oh yeah, there's nothing racist about a bunch of white men trading black men."
This is factual. But I also, Teven always loves to tell me whenever we watch a game, like Bear Bryant, he played like his team, Alabama. He was a coach for Alabama a long time ago. He's one of the greatest coaches for Alabama. And he played Jim Brown's, I think he played for Arkansas, maybe? I don't know. He played for some SEC team. And Jim Brown played against Alabama and destroyed them. And Bear Bryant watched him. He's like, I need to get me one of them. And then they have black people on their team. Yeah. It's, you know, it is what it is. But I've never had to, like, walk into a place where I know, like, people who still live there today have probably lynched somebody. Because you got to think, lynchings didn't stop until the 60s. Some of our grandparents have been a lot, or are still a lot, like, were born before the fucking 60s. Like, my grandmother was born after World War II, late 40s. Which would have made her 20 by the time MLK and all that shit happened.
Yeah, my grandma also just said the other day that the 50s were the best time of her life.
Yikes.
You all right? You good?
How'd that make you feel, Cody?
However, I will preface this by saying my grandma is, I can say this like confidently, she's not like that.
Yeah.
Because my grandma's not very judgmental.
That's good.
She's always been like my best friend growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She never like, she'd always kind of give me shit like when I pierced my nose and started stretching my ears. She's like, oh, don't do that, but she gets over it. She's pretty understanding.
Yeah.
She also owned a deli in Chicago for however many years.
Did she employ black people there?
I mean, she was in like the hood.
Real questions.
So
Like,
probably.
so she was,
Probably.
she's
Yeah.
gangster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So she lived around it. She's just like, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of understood what she was saying because, like, economically wise, it made more sense for a
Oh,
white
yeah.
person to like the 50s.
Oh,
Isn't
yeah,
that
yeah,
also
yeah,
a really
yeah.
good time for the women's rights movement?
Yes.
My grandma's also a trendsetter. She didn't want to get married to be set up. She just wanted to find somebody she actually liked.
I think
She owned a deli in like the 60s or 70s. Like a woman, her and her friend who was a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's legit.
She's stunting.
Women's right movement.
Yeah.
Like, fucking.
She's
she
stunting.
and
Yeah.
my grandma. I think this is where I get like my real brash like for the black rights kind of deal thing because my grandma was stunting so hard that she went and bought a car that had a car phone. That's how much of a bougie bitch she was. She used to drive around pretending to be on the car phone just so people could look at her on her fucking car phone. A
That's
woman in her car
real
alone on her
stunting.
fucking car phone.
Stunting.
What's poppin'?
Stunting.
You know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Sometimes you got flexing for these hoes out here,
I think
bro.
yeah, that's so it's pretty cool.
But like I said, this is the first time I ever had to like go there, and I knew I had to like make a decision for 2 weeks, right? And I like that first week, I'd fall with it like every day.
Was it one of those things where like you felt scared, you knew why, but you weren't sure why you were so scared?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like I would wake up, and Hannah would text me, and we'd talk in the morning, or whatever, and my mind would immediately go to it, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to break her heart because I can't do this. There's no part of me that wants to do this. When I thought about it, I would like my heart rate would go up, I would sweat, I would just be terrified.
Wait, sweat more than you?
Shut up! Shut the fuck up!
I'm sorry.
Stop it! Get it! Stop!
You make pitter patter noises when you walk.
Shut up. So like, and it like, I'm not normally the person who gets that scared. I'm never like a person who just like feeds into like your emotions. I've never done it. Like if I
have none.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm scared, I'm usually okay. Like I'll just face it and get it the fuck over with. And it is what it is.
Here we go. It's a ride.
And this was literally the first time I was just like, I just felt like I couldn't do anything to get over this feeling. And I just knew that I would have to like break the woman I love's heart because this is like the last time she's going to be golfing at a big tournament in college. And like, it was important to her. And like, it affected me on two levels, which is kind of why I'm saying this is, it affected me like on a race, like a black level, because it's like, it sucks that I can't do this for her. But it also affected me as like a man because it's like, I'm letting her down, and I'm not strong enough to overcome my own fear. So how am I supposed to help her become the person she needs to be, so that we're all like everything's happy and good, and we can like begin our lives together?
Right.
And I just felt like I couldn't do that.
That's one of the things that doesn't sit right with me. I don't think anybody should ever have to feel that way because of other people. Racism is something that's perpetuated. It's something that's taught. It's not something that's inherently there.
Yeah.
And it's just a cancer that's remains and lingers and festers and multiplies, taught by people that can't get with the times. You can't refuse to join society.
Yeah, and that's
And-
that's normally how I approached it all my life, but I can't explain to you why. But something, as soon as I knew I had to go to this place, just changed, and I was like, I know this isn't fair, and I know that I knew the likelihood of something actually happening was very small. But it was just the chance that it could, and that I was in their backyard. So if it did happen, no one would give a fuck.
All it takes is one idiot.
Yeah. And it was where, no one would give a fuck if another black dude was killed in Liberty, Indiana. And, my life would,
Probably wouldn't even make the paper.
it wouldn't. And,
You just kind of disappear.
yeah, and I couldn't, I thought, and at the time, I thought it was better for me to not go, because I can't if something did happen, I couldn't do that to my family. I couldn't do that to y'all. I couldn't do that to her in the long run, even though she wanted me there.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought about all the terrible shit that would happen. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until, that last day, the day before when I talked to y'all, I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go do it. I was just like,
You lived a
I
good
took all
life.
y'all's advice, and I was like, I'm just going to go fucking do this.
Shit, man. I wish I knew you were, actually worried. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you were going to get lynched.
Oh, Cody's that shit friend.
I didn't
But-
read the text well. I'm just looking at it like Brandon's like, what you guys think?
Because, but you know, I'm never going to just sit here and tell you guys until after the fact that,
mean, yeah.
I actually feel that way, because that's not who I
now I
am.
feel
I kind of got the gist that you were
Yeah, I was.
way stuck in your fucking head.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
was,
why I
and
was
that's what
like,
it was. I was just two in my head.
That's why I told you, literally just fucking keep to yourself. Don't make
I
big
don't know if I
scenes,
said
you'll be
anything
good.
motivational.
Yo,
I think I literally just-
I don't think you even answered me, honestly.
You kind of just trolled him if you did say anything.
That's my way of pepping you up.
It's all good. I understood. It's cool. You were going through your own shit anyway. So, but I literally told Hannah, I was like, and when I told her I agreed to go, I was like, here's what's gonna happen. I'm going to go to this. We're going to talk and converse and whatever, but I'm not your boyfriend when I'm there. It's not. I'm just not. I can't
Smart.
bring myself to
No, I said that's smart.
show physical love towards you in a place where I know that I could literally die. I was like, I am not trying to be the 2018 Emmett Till. It does not happen.
Oh, God.
I'm just not going to be that story. And she got it, and she understood, and
Hey, shout out to Hannah.
yeah, and she was totally cool with it. She's like, yeah, I get it, that's fine. I just want you to be there. And I was like, dope. So I go, and it was fine. I spent most of the time just talking to her dad, and she told them, I didn't want her to, but you know how women are. They don't listen to a fucking thing you ever say in your life. I told her, yo, we don't need to discuss this with nobody. This is just something that I need you to know, and then I will be good. But, of course, she told her parents. But her parents were really great about it. He literally just sat there and talked to me, and we talked about, my family, his family, and just while we were just watching her golf. And it made me feel, super safe and super just I'm good. I can do this. And I appreciate the fuck out of them for that. Mm-hmm. But, I'm saying all this to say, I hate the fact that people today don't understand that this shit is not as easy as it seems. We see people say, it's so hard for black people. But it's just a saying. I feel like that saying has lost its meaning, but people don't fucking get it.
Right.
It's like Caleb said, there's no reason I should feel like that going to watch my girlfriend play golf. There's no reason I should feel that scared to not want to go watch the woman I love do what
supportive.
she loves. Yeah.
And one of the things that people are always like, oh, black men are always leaving their woman. Well, if you're in a situation like that, it's how are you going to be there for your woman?
Yeah, it's totally fair.
it's-
And people think it's history, right? It happened in the past. It's whatever. It's like I just told you.
Past
It
will
was
totally
literally
repeat itself.
40 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
It was less than half of a century.
And people still live in that era
Yeah.
today.
Dave Chappelle said it best. Martin Luther King marched 40 years ago. Someone called him the N-word in the street 2 months ago.
That's actually factual. And
Wow.
It
Wow.
doesn't pick that up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
and it's also I was watching Joe Rogan's stand up the other day, and he's he had a point where he's like, you guys realize that America is 3 people old. It's literally 3 people old. It's 3 lifetimes old because people live to 100.
Roughly.
People can live to 100.
Yeah.
So that's only 3 generations.
In the first generation of America, they didn't really live past like fucking.
Yeah,
We've
but
been
I mean-
involved in 2 world wars. And how many conflicts?
Yeah.
See, with those 2 world wars happen, like,
Yeah, they happen real close together.
Still, like the
And
fuck.
and one caused the other technically.
Basically, I just realized America's an anime character, super young and just fucking everything up.
Yeah. But it's like during like my school, I'm also while I've been taking like all my European shit because I love European history, I've also been learning about like America's history, which a lot of people in school think is boring because it's like, oh, it's American history. But when you look at it and get in the nitty gritty of it, and you realize like the context of it and what it means today, it's unreal. Because in 1919, in the summer of 1919, was called the Bloody Summer. Do you know why?
In America, in the Americas.
Yeah, in America, it's called the Bloody Summer.
Oh, the summer of which one? 1919.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That was just before the Great Depression, right?
Yeah, but it was because it was the time in America where there were the most deaths from race riots. More people were killed in that summer due to race riots than any other summer in American history.
Wasn't that the summer a black man was accused of raping a white woman in the elevator that caused the massive riot?
Probably.
Sounds right.
I know, and it's one of those things where it's like that's less than 100 years ago.
When people always try to like down talk like the whole like racist kind of thing, I always just show them the article of Tulsa, Oklahoma. That literally was like what I think in the 50s,
Yeah.
40s. It was literally a community of black people who were making as much money. Get your phone off the table.
That's weird. It's not. It's silenced.
it's because it just woke up.
It was a community of black people who were making as much money as Wall Street. And the government bombed the fucking community. It's the only instance in American history where the military has attacked its own soil.
Yeah.
And that wasn't even long ago. Like, they literally bombed the city.
Mm-hmm. For like nothing.
Like, literal bombs. Literal. Planes flew over and dropped bombs on this community.
When was that?
I will...
Was that before?
Google
like,
it.
pretty
Somebody
close.
Google it.
No,
My
I'm
phone's
wondering
on
if
the
that
charger.
was close in time to when they called the
Look up Black
national
Wall Street.
the National Garden to stop those kids from going to school.
No, that was years later.
Okay, that's what I was
Yeah.
wondering.
That was in the
what
60s.
time- Yeah, I didn't hear the time frame that this.
I'm just
the
like,
bombing
it's just so
happened.
mind-boggling. Like,
I would
there's
say
probably
like that
people
long.
alive today that remember when that happened.
Mm-hmm. There are.
1921.
Oh, okay, not that. Was pretty
Yeah,
long
it was long ago.
Yeah, it was like 30 years between.
Still, there's definitely people alive.
Mm-hmm. My grandmother was
100%.
born. My great grandmother was born in the 20s.
How old's your grandpa?
He was born in 28, so that's only fucking 7 years difference.
Yeah. So think about that. There's literally people walking around right now that were alive for when the government bombed a fucking U.S. community
Yeah.
because they didn't like the black people doing well.
It's just I need people to like I don't care how many people listen to this, even if it, like one person listens to it. And
Hey,
if
we
they-
care. What are you talking about?
I know,
we care.
but like
Chill out.
Hold on.
Hey. Logistics are important.
Hold on. Like if this changes one person's
Like, share,
viewpoint,
comment, subscribe.
or if this changes one person's perspective on how recent all these things have happened, then I'm happy.
We're about to have a really morbid podcast because my topic's not much better. Either.
That's fine.
That's all right.
But
Sometimes you gotta
it's just
just take it. Take the fucking mic.
Okay.
go ahead, George.
My topic will probably cheer everybody up, but
Doubt it.
So like if you ever see some like just someone say like black people have it hard, but then someone just kind of brushes it off like no, you need to understand that this doesn't just affect us on a community level of racism, but it affects them psychologically as a man, woman, and child. Because in the 50s and 60s, men, women, and children were all lynched. We're all beaten. We're all murdered for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And that
didn't happen to you.
yeah, that doesn't matter.
Yeah, no,
though.
but
I
that's
know.
like,
I'm just
yeah.
like that doesn't matter because those effects are throughout our community. We have been ingrained with this idea that we are less than and that these people want to basically commit genocide on the continent of the U.S.
And that's why I don't like the LGBTQ community
What?
backpacking on the new version of the civil rights movement.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I mean, people are
They're
pretty
backpacking.
horrible.
They're backpacking.
Okay, listen.
Wasn't there like a shooting like in Vegas where like a
They're
dude just straight
backpacking.
up went to a gay club and then
That
shot
was Florida.
people?
He just
Florida, yeah.
combined two.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me if there was one in
still backpacking.
California too.
Listen, I'm not saying that gay people don't have their issues with society.
But are they not backpacking?
Backpacking off of what? The civil rights movement?
I'm not
No,
saying
civil rights movement is a thing that's never stopped. We have still consistently
Yeah, we're
never
not
had
there.
our fucking civil rights right because we're fucking America. We're one of the youngest countries. In our defense,
And
other
the gay
places,
community has gotten farther.
this is hold on. The gay community
Farther in a shorter span of time.
the gay community,
That's 'cause
they
they're-
deserve to fight for their rights,
Yeah,
just like
absolutely.
everybody else.
100%.
And I'm proud of them for doing that, and I'm proud of them for the progress they have made. But there is no way in hell you're going to sit here and tell me that they have had it harder than black people.
Well,
Like,
That's not even
get
not
no,
factual. Not even close.
that's what I'm saying.
gay
like,
is a harder
statistically,
thing
no.
to notice than black. You can't
Facts!
be black in the
and
closet.
listen, again, I like gay people. Shut up. I like the homosexual community.
All right,
Some of
guys.
them are
I have
super
something
dope.
to tell you.
Are you black in the closet? It's National Coming Out Month, isn't it? Like that was a
Yeah,
filter on
it is,
Snapchat.
it is.
And I'm coming out to you right now. I'm black.
Hey, I believe it.
I always knew it, Cody.
But
I'm black. I'm a black Latino.
But you know why the gay community has gotten
Cody
so far?
Dolezal.
Shut up, George. The black community, I mean, the gay community has gotten so far.
There probably aren't as many blacks in the gay community.
Exactly. I mean, there are a lot of them,
Aren't as many.
but
blacks.
it's
There's
who do
a
you
more
see
of a social stigma in the black community for being gay
that's
on
factual.
top of
That's
like,
factual.
what we
But
feel
you don't see like these gay activists being like super black at the same time. You know what I mean? They're not like
They're too gay to be black.
no, that's not a thing, Phil.
Unicorns.
Stop.
mean,
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the people who are pushing for the gay community
He has
are
a
just
point.
white,
Let's
like
not
pixie
let's,
cut women.
Let's broaden it more than gay because it's more than.
I mean,
just-
okay,
nah,
but
fuck that,
Sorry,
goddammit.
a lesbian is gay. Shut
not
up.
getting into that. LGBTQ, whatever you fucking identify as. I'm
If
saying
you
is
like,
Gay
if you
is
like
the
the same
general
sex,
term.
intersectionalism is the best possible form of that anyway because that one.
why are
doesn't
you
st-
getting into semantics? Stop
Sorry,
it.
I've
Stop
fucking
it.
studied
Anyway.
If a
this
man
for
sucks a
while.
dick and a
Anyway.
woman sucks a clit, they're fucking gay. Get over it.
Caleb.
Shout out to that. though.
It's gay is the best generic blanket term for the entire
Shout
thing.
out to clit sucking.
Yes, it has a very specific meaning.
All the moms out there, what's
But
Homosexuals
good?
gay,
better.
All the wives out there.
It's like calling. What's
Hey,
that
what's
one
good?
thing that you
What's
got
poppin'?
really mad when I was like, this person's Mexican? You're like, no, they're not fucking Mexican. They're Jamaican.
That's totally different.
no,
No,
I'm
it's
saying
race.
that's basically the
That's
same
not- that's
same
not the same.
concept. Same concept.
Wait, same concept as what?
As gay,
Saying
as lesbians
that
being
someone
gay.
that's like,
You know, it's totally different.
I think he's saying it's a subset of that community,
It's
just
not
like
a
there's
subset,
a-
though.
That's not a subset. They have totally different, like they're totally different people.
See, the reason, Caleb, I'm saying gay is the best generic blanket term is because gay is like where it all originated from. Gay just meant not right.
gay meant happy in the original
It meant happy,
time.
and then it turned into the fucking fruits
the,
aren't right.
Katie, get your husband. He killed himself.
the term you're thinking of, Phil, is queer.
And this is going to be the most viewed. This is going to be the most viewed podcast, and we're all going to get shit on by pixie cut
Queer,
bitches.
gay.
He said gay is not right.
Okay,
And then
okay.
they changed to fruits. I was like, what
Okay,
is this motherfucker
okay.
doing?
Okay, if you want to put an
You
end to
twisted
this,
the words there.
if you want to put an end to this, the correct term is homosexual because homosexual
No.
means
of the same sex.
yeah. That's why heterosexual is what we
See,
refer
but that
to
doesn't
as-
cover trans.
Fuck them. I'm
We
serious.
have a
That's
word for
why
them.
gay
That was
is
a
a
joke.
better
That
blanket
was a
term.
total joke.
Yeah, well, I can agree. Blanket terms aren't bad. I was just saying that, like, you know, when Brandon was
We
talking
all
about
understand
like, the gay
there's more.
community is like fucking everything up. I'm like, there's more than the gay.
I mean,
that's
they are,
fucking things
though.
up.
What just happened?
So the fruits turn the gays into the queers.
Oh my god! I miss Veggie Tales, guys.
The fib monster's coming for you, Caleb.
Side note, that reminds me, if you guys see anybody dressed up as Pickle Rick for Halloween,
Kick him
be
in the
sure to
dick.
let them know how much you liked Veggie Tales. We can stop this if we work together.
Larry, you've gotten old.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, the gay community is fucking up the civil rights movement. It pisses me off. It just utterly makes me
I think it's
angry.
two different battles.
No, because they're using our battle to further their battle, which is strategically smart as fuck. I respect them for it, but I'm pissed about it.
And didn't the women's rights movement do the same exact thing? They
No.
they branched off actually.
Well, okay. So what
Yeah.
happened in the 60s and 50s was
They were working together at first, and then they split off when they were like, we can't save everyone.
Because a sect of them said we need to get black men the right to vote first, and then they can help us get the right to vote next.
And some people weren't happy with
Yes,
that.
and then some people like Susan B. Anthony was like, no, fuck that. I'm not with that shit. We going this way. I think it was Susan B. Anthony. I don't remember what her actual name is. 'Cause I don't.
She's on the coin.
Yeah, she said. And that's where that came from. That's where the super feminist movement came from. Was from the people who split off from the civil rights movement because they thought that they were getting put on the back burner, which they were, but for the betterment of themselves. But no, the gay community
I'm
is
not saying anything.
they're
Okay.
So
they're ruining my movement, and I'm gonna need them to stop. They need to call someone else. to
Moving
do their own stuff,
forward.
'cause I need.
It's a hard time for everybody.
I'm just in a pro-black mood because I've had
What's
that
the most
experience.
recent? Oh, hey, how about that Judge Kavanaugh? Did I pronounce his name right this time?
Yes.
George, we can share the mic again.
Yeah. All right.
I was gonna just avoid that because I'm
Let's
tired of
let's
fucking
go with
hearing
Cody
about it.
because he had this.
He just got
topic
into it
planned.
this past week, so
I'm
I figured
so
we'd
tired of
brush up on that. But
We've
but-
been hearing about it for months now,
We
Caleb.
have,
I
and
don't
plus,
care.
like, I haven't read up. I don't know all my facts right.
I can sum this up for you all, and very
No.
quick. No, very quickly. All this is men being like, "Yo, not all men are rapists," or women being like, "No, all men are rapists," and then they just fight, and that's what Kavanaugh is
I
becoming.
literally had a
for.
customer use Kavanaugh as
an insult?
no,
Oh.
as a way of describing his situation.
So,
That
in rap
sucks.
news, Cody.
Fuck this whole fucking.
If you want to talk
Um,
about it, go ahead and talk.
So
about it.
Quavo, member
that guy.
member of the Migos, real name Quavius. Yeah, that's his name.
That's unique.
Recently came out with his own album, standalone album, not a Migos album, a Quavo album, titled Quavo Huncho, because he's fucking obsessed with himself. He's been getting a lot of flack for his new album. A, because people are not so happy with it. They find it very underwhelming and not very good. And B, because he had a line on there that was kind of sneak dissing Lil Peep. Sneak dissing Lil Peep, the one who just died.
That's horrible. You don't
The-
talk about dead
The
people.
bar goes, this is his exact lyrics. Think you poppin' Xanax bars, but it's fentanyl. And then
What's that mean?
it has his ad lib. No bars, it's fentanyl. Think you're living life like a rock star, but you're dead now.
Oh no.
Ad libbed with yeah.
So he was directly pointing that towards Lil Peep.
I mean, who else popped Xanax bars that was laced with fentanyl and was labeled as a rock star in the rap
I
community?
didn't know all the
Mac
details. I just know
Miller?
that he OD'd.
I'm just kidding. I don't know what Mac.
That's what would happen.
OD'd on?
That's exactly what happened. And the hip hop community is not happy with it.
I mean,
He's
Did it-
literally
did it-
shitting on a dead community member.
I mean,
What?
like, dude, was the little people really have like a good foothold in the rap community?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
He-
just.
he
I
was
didn't-
growing.
I didn't know. I'm just.
Fast.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's pretty.
I listen. Cody, I don't listen to radio anymore, so I don't know none
He's
of this
not on
shit.
the radio. Well,
Listen, Cody.
maybe
Cody. I literally listen to my songs from the early 2000s and the 90s,
because you're a fucking old man.
and it's great, and I love it every day.
But anyway, people are pissed off at him. Bexy Swan, who is also another rapper from London. He doesn't have like a huge following like Peep did, but he was Peep's friend.
Is he the man with the mask?
No.
Okay.
He
Pretty sure that's Jim Carrey.
posted a video saying like what you did is not right. He's like, if this isn't about Peep, who is it about? Please explain. Well, Offset of the Migos responds. And Offset is backing Quavo and says, so what happens when we see you?
Wait. That's awesome.
No, it's
mean,
not.
I mean,
he's
I'm-
backing his friend who's talking shit about a dead man.
It's still good to back your friends for
And
one.
backing him with violence.
yeah, that too, yeah.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure all of us have talked shit about dead men on this podcast before.
A lot.
So you can't be angry at somebody for doing something that you would do.
I'm just saying, man.
I'm just letting you know.
I'm gonna need you to shut
All
up.
right, I'm just saying. Keep that in mind before you go off on amigos. It's a free world.
I never even fucking listened to Lil Peep when he was alive, let alone when he died, when a lot more people were like, oh, I fucking love that guy than I knew loved him.
Also, update from 34 minutes ago. I just found out. Bexy and Offset cleared it up.
Is that the guy that backed up Quavo?
Mhm.
So,
Bexy's the one who called Quavo out.
Mhm.
Offset is another member of the Migos.
Yeah. And he was backing up his homie.
Yeah. Someone commented on one of Bexy's photos saying "pussied out" after Offset said "What's up?" Offset said "What's up?" And Bexy's reply was, "Don't be a clown, little boy. We spoke about some deep shit like real men and cleared it up."
That's good.
However, there's no clarification as to whether or not Quavo
First
wasn't
of all.
talking about Peep.
First of all, let's not act like the Migos don't just be fighting niggas out here at these streets.
They don't.
What?
They don't.
Are you Cody?
They don't.
They have been caught on camera
They
fighting
got
multiple
ran up
times.
on by one dude of GBE, Chief Keef's clique. All of them got ran up on. In a diner,
I mean, okay.
and they kept running away.
Well, I didn't hear that story.
Yeah,
I just heard.
there's
I've
a
heard.
video.
I've heard stories of Migos actually fighting people in the street.
Yeah.
You
Their
know?
bus got shot up one time.
I mean,
Well, it's really easy to be hard with the gun.
facts. Look at people like Tekashi 6ix9ine who think he's hard as fuck. Really, he getting that ass busted in prison.
Still hasn't got touched.
He's only hard when 15-year-old girls are around.
Isn't he the one that... Didn't he just have a thing where he got in judge trouble if he doesn't show up because he was out filming a music video?
Yeah.
And they're like, if he misses his next one, it's going to be a bench trial.
And then
with
50 Cent said, "I'm sorry, my son's a little retarded. I'll make sure he shows up to court."
What?
Bro, 50 be killing it on social
But
media
see,
sometimes.
Tekashi and 50 are like best fucking friends, which is so weird to me. But at the same time, it makes sense because 50 was making hits and everyone hated him, and 50 was like, "What's good?" And when people ran up on 50, they got their shit pushed in,
Except for the time that people shot him 9 times, but he's still kicking.
and he proceeded to make a platinum album after that.
That's a resilient
true.
guy.
But I'm just saying,
50 Cent invented the mixtape.
they technically didn't get their shit pushed in because he got his shit pushed in. He just happened to live through the shit pushing.
And then shit on them.
I want to see the Skyrim
music,
meme where it's like
yes.
recovery
He
100.
invented the mixtape. 50 Cent was the first motherfucker to press his own mixtapes and sell them out of the trunk of his car.
Thanks. Now
Right
we
after
got,
he got
like, a
shot.
bunch of homies like, hey man, you want to listen to my mixtape?
Yeah.
And didn't getting shot actually improve his rapping style and voice?
Because he had to like work around to like his wired jaw. Yeah.
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 Side note,
Which gave him his famous.
I have actually received some mixtapes from random fuckers.
And you threw them away.
that
Don't tell me they're
weren't
good.
half
Don't
bad.
tell me they're good.
We're not half bad. And I'm like, hold on. Who was that person? It was like some drunk fucker when I'm on my way home from the bar. And I'm like,
for the culture, bro.
what? Hold on. I look back and then like it's just the wind blowing. I'm like, here's the ghost of bars past.
I'm not gonna lie. When I still lived on Michigan Road Street, I don't remember Avenue.
Remember
No,
when you guys rapped?
Michigan? Anyway,
You,
what do you
Izzy,
call?
and the guys?
No, that didn't happen.
Mustafa? was
Anyway,
it? What
there
were
was a
you
guy
guys?
standing outside the gas station, and he was
OGW?
asking for donations so he could start his music. And I gave him some dollars,
I wanna
and then immediately regretted it when I went back the next day, and he was still out there.
Nah, come on, man. Sometimes you gotta have a hustle, bro.
Immediately regretted it because I was
Nah.
like, "Where's the tape, man?"
He couldn't make it in a day, bro.
I mean, what the fuck? Like,
You don't know. He probably made a tape. I mean, he just didn't. You just haven't seen it.
I was shitty. And he asked me. He had the audacity to ask me again. I looked at him. I was like, "No, the fuck."
Which of you uploaded it? That one, like, fucking rap that you guys did?
It was a music video, and I was in it for half a second, shaking hands with one of the people. I was not on the song.
Wait, are you talking about BGOGB?
That's what it was!
We're not giving this any. We're not giving this light again.
That shit was funny.
I'm cutting this shit right now.
Found
I'm
it!
saying I think that's a great point to end this podcast.
Yeah.
Hold
Fuck
up,
you
one last
guys.
thing. Very
Subscribe to our
quickly.
Patreon to find our old mixtape.
One last thing, I just wanted to say I'm very proud of Greece. They're fat shaming everybody. The government of Greece banned overweight tourists from riding on donkeys. That is all. My name is George Travels.
I also, again,
This guy's dead.
racism sucks. Don't let you question your own manhood and who you are as a person. Stand up in that bitch's face and say, fuck you, and never stop fighting for rights.
Unless they have pitchforks and or nooses.
Fuck all that.
Nah, then you should just keep your head down, man. It's not worth it.
That's factual.
You can fight another day,
But-
freedom fighter.
But continue to fight for rights every day, no matter if you're gay, straight, whatever.
And if you're racist, fuck you. We hate you.
I'm OG Philly G.
Fuck you.
It's your boy, Baby Ice Cube.
Resident streamer and Graphos.
I'm George.
Catch me on Tuesdays and Thursdays, by the way.